Push this button. And we are live, of course. Hey, welcome you guys. God, it's good to see you. It's lovely to see you. Welcome to another edition Borino Live. We do this every Tuesday and sometimes multiple times during the week, where we talk about real estate. We talk about how to get business. Where are the leads? What can you do right now to not just survive, but to thrive? In this crazy market, easier said than done, but don't worry, Borino to the rescue. I'm going to give you some practical tips today. I'm going to give you a listing formula. It's an actual formula. Everything I teach you guys can really be broken down into simple formulas. Simple steps that you can implement. Ask questions. I'm monitoring the Q&A. I will show and share and answer, and we're going to have a good time, spend about 30 minutes together. With that, lovely to have you. Welcome, Iris. Good to have you. Davis is here. Make more calls. Let me show you. You're right about that. Hold on, let me get this in the shot. Just make it a little bigger, because I like sharing what you guys have to say. Here we go, bear with me. All right. There. So Mr. David has the best advice. The listing formula is make more calls. LOL, that's all there is to it. Because, well, there's a little more to it than that. But you're on the right track. Calls are definitely part of it. Calls are definitely, especially now, you know, where we have such limited social distancing, limited access to people. Visits, open houses, all that is on a very restricted or non-existent basis. Phone is your friend. This definitely can be a good tool, no question. But I'll give you there are four components to it. There are four parts to it. So I'll share that with you. Anahita, good to have you. Louis, nice to have you. Saying hello to the fellow superstars. Hold on, this is too big on the other hand. I'm going to shrink this a little so we can see our lovely fellow rock stars saying hello to each other. Louis says, hola amigo at Borino from Las Vegas. Nice to have you. All right, you guys. So let's get cranking. Let me show you the actual formula. And it looks like this, and I'll explain to you what it means. M plus S plus S plus A equals lots of dollars. I've been teaching real estate, coaching real estate for over 20 years. I've been at it for a very long time. I can break down a successful real estate career, mine and of course thousands of my students, into these simple things. That's all there is to it. Today I will show you step by step what that means. Fair enough? M plus S plus S plus A equals a lot of dollars. Here's the thing. If you're not making the dollars right now, if you're not where you want to be, if this is missing right here, the dollars here, that means one of these four or more, sometimes it's more, is missing. That's the bad news. The good news is we can replace it. We can fix it. I'll show you. We're going to work on it today. Fair enough? All right, guys. So now, oh, that's so sweet. David says, so grateful to be here and so grateful to have you as a coach. I appreciate that, David. That's really nice. Lovely. Thank you. Thanks for the comment. All right, so let's get started. Now, please, one thing I want to warn you about is that little voice. I don't have it. I have it. Hold on. Let me show you. This little voice, this little guy will lead you astray. It has led me astray many times. It's a pain in the ass. It's not going to go away. You just need to be aware, and that's this. I actually have a little drunken monkey as a reminder right here. Right here. You're going to have that little voice. Oh, it's too simple. It's too this. I've heard it before. I tried it before. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to go like this. Shut up, you little bastard. It's that little voice, the habitual thinking with the emotions of, we all done it. I'm not pointing fingers. I mean, I am at me. So let's break it down. M plus S plus S plus A. You ready? Here's what stands. The first M stands for that little asshole. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. Mindset you're going in. Either I can do this, I can figure it out. I may not have all the answers, but there are answers out there. There's guys like Borino who's going to help me out. If I ask a question, he will point me in the right direction, show me how it's done. Mindset, I got this. I'm about just as good as my competition, if not better in some areas. Mindset, you got this. You can do this. It's doable. Mindset that there's over 4 million transactions that's going to be closed this year. Remember in April, May, I remember the headlines. There were a lot of headlines on real estate and business websites, Wall Street Journal, all over the place. How real estate's going to crash and burn. Remember that? Remember? How they said the market is going to tank, it's going to be a disaster, brace yourself. Now that may still come, nobody really knows. I don't have a crystal ball. I just have reality. Good balls, right? Balls to go in and do my thing. But remember how they were predicting with the unemployment and the economy in a recession, it's going to be a disaster. We're going to have foreclosures everywhere. Nothing's going to be selling. Look where we are today. Look where we are today. It's the exact opposite. Now again, that may change. If the rates go up, if the unemployment continues to climb, who knows? I really don't know. But my point is nobody really knows. And even in the low market, you can make money. Good market, you can make money. Right now, you can make money. But you got to watch that mindset. You got to wake up in the morning thinking, I got this. There's somebody out there who needs my help. There's somebody out there I can help. And if I don't have all the tools and answers and resources, I can gather them. I can get better. That's why I do these coachings. So I can help you get better. But the mindset is the fundamental. It's like if you have a flaw in your operating system, if there is a bug in your system, none of the applications matter. None of what you're trying to do will matter if the core program, if the beliefs you still hold is money is hard to come by, real estate is difficult, there's not enough money, people are assholes, buyers are liars. Remember that? How can you serve your clients and your prospects if you hold such terrible beliefs? Not you guys, you're my rock stars. I'm not pointing fingers at you specifically. But you get me? Watch your mindset. Review your goals in the morning. Whether it feels they're like rah-rah or not, whether you feel like, oh, I'm like Tony Robbins, I'm going to jump up and down. I jump up and down because it feels good and it gets me to my goals. How I'm going to get there ethically doesn't matter. Watch your mindset. Review your goals. Put together a vision board. Do affirmations. Read good books. Talk to interesting people. Follow the example. Here's the beautiful thing about real estate. It has been invented. You don't need to reinvent no wheels, no tools, no scripts, nothing. It's been all done for you. You just copy the success. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Copy my stuff. That's why I'm giving it to you and feeding you. Use it. Go with the mindset, I got this. I can do this. It's doable. There's plenty. Start with that. So that's the M. Mindset. Number 2 is systems. 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 You gotta have systems. You gotta start with 4 good lead generation systems. Now by system, I mean you have it organized into steps. What is my step 1? What is step 2? What is step 3? What is step 4? What tools do I need? Do I need a data provider? Lead generation system. Do I need a dialer? Do I need a CRM? Of course you need a CRM. That's like one of the core systems you should have. It's a good contact management system where all your leads, all your clients, all your prospects, everybody's housed. That'll make your organization of your follow-up much easier. And then you're going to build 4 lead generation systems. So let me give you 4 that I'd say, dude, jump on it. If you're not doing it daily, you're screwing up. Change of color, going full multimedia on you here. So here are the systems. So you're going to get a CRM. And you're going to feed that CRM from 4 funnels. You're going to divide it into 4 funnels. Because think about it this way. Forget buyers, especially in this market. 10, 15, 20 offers, very common, right? Who wants buyers? You want to be one of 15, one of 20. It's going to take you weeks to months to find that right property. And then you have 1 in 15 chance to get that accepted and get paid. Hell no, those are terrible odds. I'd rather be that listing agent who is guaranteed they're going to get paid. 22 days on the market, average days on the market right now in the US. That means if I take a good listing, 22 days plus the closing period, which is what, 30 days, 45 days, I'm getting paid, guaranteed. Unless, meteor hits us. You with me? So that's guaranteed. So I'm going to focus on lead generation systems. Besides good lead generation systems, produce good buyers naturally, organically. Your sellers will become buyers, your double-end transactions. But you don't go out and seek buyers and chauffeur them all around every weekend. Don't do that. So 4 systems feeding into your CRM right here. Okay, system number 1. If I were to look for sellers right now, I want somebody who's already raising their hand, where I don't have to take weeks and months just to find them, hopefully get in a conversation with them, hopefully reach them, hopefully figure out what they're trying to do. I want something that's pretty much a sure thing. Not everybody, not always, but I want good odds. I'm not a gambler, but these are good odds. So where do I start? FSBOs. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive. The real core of your success with FSBOs is master this, good communication. That's why we're starting the bootcamp tomorrow. Now the registration is closed. I'm not here to pitch you on it. It's too late. We're done. We're starting tomorrow. But that's where I would start. For sell by owners, you jump on Zillow, you jump on Craigslist, or you sign up for like Espresso Agent. They're going to feed you good FISBOs every day. 1 out of 4 that you put on your follow-up should be a listing. Not that hard to do. Master certain things and you're good to go. So that's system number 2. System number 1. 2, expired. And I would divide this further into new and old. That's it. People raising their hand, people who at some point interviewed agents, signed a listing contract, put a sign in the front yard, put a lockbox on their door, prepared the house for showing in most cases. Those are great candidates. Your numbers are different, but in my area, about half go back on the market sooner or later. Those are good odds. I'll take that. FISBOs, 70% list with an agent. Good odds. I'll take that. So I divide them, new and old, work them daily, contact them daily, follow up daily, approach them daily, send them an expired package, mail them some postcards, market updates, send them a few videos, email them, constantly communicate with them. System number 3, right here, let me make it this way, would be your sphere of influence. That's a core database asset that you have. This could be your friends, your family, your past clients, everybody. Because think about it this way. According to the US Census Bureau, 12% of us move every year. And that has been pretty consistent over the last 5 or 6 years. 12%. That means out of 10 people in your database, 1 will be moving, give or take. So out of 10 people you know, 1 is contemplating the move. So if you have 100, that's 12 potential moves. Now some are tenants, some will be moving out of the area. Not everybody, of course, will be an ideal client, but some will. Nurture them. That's why the CRM is so important. Yeah? So that's system number 3. System number 4 is your neighborhood. Your neighborhood. You should own your neighborhood. You should totally own your neighborhood. Nobody in your neighborhood should be taking listings but you. Those are the 4 lead generation systems. You own your neighborhood, your neighbors know you, you're in real estate, you're helpful, you're cool, you can help them. You work your sphere of influence. You work old expireds, new expireds for sell by owners. You do these 4 systems, that's this S right here, you're in business. Then it's going to come down to the next S on that list that's required. So this is systems, this is mindset, this is skill. You need to have certain skills. And one of the core skills, one of the skills I teach because it makes the biggest difference, is your communication skill. How you communicate, how you come across. Because friends, the way you're being treated, the way people respond to you, your prospects, your clients, everybody, is not for who you are, but how they perceive you to be. So whether you are or not, if they perceive you needy, desperate, nervous, insecure, incompetent, or on the other hand, too aggressive, too salesy, too desperate, you're going to lose. You're never going to get business. Nobody wants to do business with somebody who feels and seems incompetent or is too aggressive and manipulative. That's why communication skills, that's why we're going to spend 4 weeks starting tomorrow crushing it in the bootcamp. Because it's so important. It makes such a big difference. It's something that's not very sexy, you know. It is not about memorizing scripts. It's not about learning lines and regurgitating some old sales scripts from 1987. This is about having confident, comfortable communication. Not just for you comfortable, but a conversation that's pleasant for your prospect. Whether they end up doing business with you or not doesn't matter. At the end, they feel better. You feel better. And if you feel better, the results will be better because now your confidence is going up. Are you with me? Does that make sense? So that's the skill you got to develop. Now, there are other skills like pricing skill. You need to have a good pricing skills. You need to know the neighborhood. Not that hard to do. Study the market. Good presentation skills. Make sure you have a good rock-solid listing presentation. Marketing skills. Know how to get a listing sold, which in most cases is not that difficult. You price it right. Make sure it shows well. It's clean. It's in the MLS. Take some nice pictures. It's good as done. Doesn't take more than that. But it's the communication skills more than anything. And then the final, the A. So we got mindset, we got systems, we got skills. A stands for taking action. Consistent action. Because, you know, agents who are smart, I mean, you ask them a real estate question and boy, they just know all the answers. They're really good at it. I forgot to turn this on. Check me out. Isn't that cool? Right, this corner, right here. They know all the answers. They know the market. They know every house in the neighborhood. They're rock stars. When it comes to knowledge, man, they're go-to, right? Yeah, people like that. I had an agent like that in my office. And they're broke. And they're broke. They're not making a whole lot of money. This helps. Mindset, absolutely essential. Systems, essential. Skills, essential. Knowledge, essential. But if you don't put it to use, if you don't use it daily, if you don't take actions daily, remember one of my rules. I have few simple rules. Here's one. This is one of the most important ones. They're all important. I say that, I know. But here is one. Imperfect action beats good intention any day. Even imperfect action trumps good intention. Wins every single time. You may not be the best communicator. You're just getting better. You may not have the best systems, but you're getting out there. You may not do everything 100% perfect, but you're getting better. You're taking action. It's the taking action part that puts all of this into motion and starts moving you towards your goal, towards the freedom, towards money, towards the good life for you, your family, your kids, your grandkids, everybody who matters to you. That's the secret, my friends. Now, your drunken monkey, the asshole I just punched in the face, will try to pretend that there is more to it than that it is way more complex than that. Don't let it tell you lies. It is really simple. Good mindset, build some basic systems. I mean, think about it. How hard it is for you to reach out to 2 or 3 for sale by owners today. Can you do it? Of course you can. How hard would it be to pull some expired listings, whether new or old, and have a little conversation? Not that hard. And you will be surprised if your skill is pretty good. Not great, not amazing, not awesome, just pretty good. You get in a conversation with these folks, you start talking to them. You're going to realize a few things. One of them, for me at least, was very surprising, that most people are pretty nice. If you treat them with respect, if you treat them with dignity, if you treat them with genuine, authentic interest, rather than the pretend, but just desperate for money, people respond with kindness. People answer with pleasant tone, and they will talk to you. That was really startling to me. But I had to shift from just reciting some scripts and trying to manipulate people and close them to just having these pleasant conversations. That is the secret. Good mindset, build a few systems, work on your skills, take action daily. I have students who do 30, 40, 50 transactions very consistently year in, year out, make a lot of money. Some do even more, but a lot of them do this, which I know some of you will be pretty happy with. This is how they do it. Now, with my help, if you do the path, if you get my systems, it just makes things a little faster and easier. Because I can help you. I can show you, here is the letter you sent, here is the dialogue you use, here is the follow-up, here is the sequence. That's all. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Is that helpful? All right, Jeremy is ready to go. All right, my friends, that is how you do it. So what I would like you to do is just take a little snapshot of your business. Like if you look back, here we are on Tuesday, look back at, let's say, last 30 days. And be really honest with yourself. Be really open with yourself. Nobody has to see this. Nobody has to know. Look at the last 30 days and ask yourself, well, if I review the last few days or few weeks, where's my mindset on a scale of 1 to 5? Am I most of the time pretty optimistic? Do I feel good about what I do and who I am? Do I like helping people? Am I enjoying this business? Do I have good expectations that money will flow, business will flow? I have faith in myself and maybe faith in a higher power. Where would you rate yourself 1 to 5? And then move to the next one. How are my systems? When it comes to generating leads, how predictable it is? How profitable is it? I mean, do a simple analysis. The lead generation you do now, whether it's active or passive, online, offline, doesn't matter. Take every funnel you have in place now. Has that funnel generated solid client or money in the last 60 days? And be careful, because again, the drunken monkey will tell you all kinds of gray area. It's a very yes or no. It's very binary. It's either yes or no. It's not hopefully, it's not this looks promising. It's either yes or no. Because if you have funnels that in the last 60 days had not generated good solid clients and money, it's broken. Either you're doing the wrong thing or you're doing it the wrong way. You know what I mean? You either have a wrong funnel or it's broken. And then the third thing I want you to ask yourself is, what are my skills? Like when it comes to communication, if I were to rate myself honestly, am I at 5? Because if you're not at 5, somebody is. If you don't come across a super confident, high status rock star who is pleasant to talk to and yet is very confident, there's another agent who is. And that agent will win the business. Because people respond to authority, competence, confidence. And then finally, how consistent is your actions? Do you have a day where you're crushing it and then 2-3 days where it's just all over the place, you're putting out fires, you're disorganized? Is your prospecting, lead generation, and follow-up consistent? And again, that's a very binary yes or no. You got to be honest with yourself. Is that helpful? Can you do this? Can you incorporate these? FISBOs, new auto expireds, work your neighborhood, work your sphere of influence, and maybe add some Facebook ads if you have the money for it and have the skill, have the knowledge how to run Facebook ads. Add those, perfectly fine. I mean, there are other ways to generate leads and make money, but this is the fastest, easiest, and least expensive, least complicated ones. Because you're dealing with high probability, high conversion leads. Statistics. I just have statistics. 50% expireds, 70% FISBOs. Yeah, I'll take that. Those are good odds. What do you say? Is that helpful? Jeremy says, yes, yes. All right, good. Very good. All right, my friends. This business doesn't need to be complicated. This business doesn't need to be overwhelming. It doesn't need to be any of the things. Yes, it gets stressful at times. Yes, it can be a challenge at times. Yes, not everything works out the way we'd like it to. No question about it. But look at the evidence. We are in a super hot, high demand, low interest rate market. A lot of people are moving. If you're not taking a chunk of that, ask yourself, what's stopping you? It's going to be like this for foreseeable future. Some predictions say till the end of the year, some predictions say till summer next year, who knows? But it's never not going to change. It's not going to change next week. So to sit there and hope that the good old days are coming back is just foolish. Not to mention, you're giving away a lot of opportunities. Why would you do that? So just evaluate your mindset, evaluate your skills, evaluate your systems. And get it done. Yeah? Questions? Let's do this. Stella says, yes, that makes sense. All right. Jeremy is right. Let me show you what he said. Replying to Tracy Salvador, me too, I have been using coaching daily for years now. This stuff works, but you have to work it. Take action. That is true. That is absolutely true. And Tracy says, I love his coaching. Well, I appreciate that, Tracy. See, here's what I always tell you guys. I get people who tell me, yeah, Borino, but what you teach, you know, I have to call people. And I don't want to call people. I hate calling people. I hate doing active prospecting, phone prospecting, and texting, and being rejected. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't hate calling. You don't hate calling for sale. You don't hate calling expired listings. You hate being not good at it. You hate sucking at it. You hate not getting results. Because if you work on your mindset, you work on your skill, you know what to say, you know how to open the conversation, start with the right pattern, interrupt, you start getting different results. Why would you hate that? You get to help people, you get business, you make money. So you don't hate that. Don't say I hate that. You hate being no good at it, which is I was terrible at it. You talk about being absolutely pathetic, but here's the process. Every time you pick up a new skill, whatever that is, anything I learned, whether it was riding a motorcycle, windsurfing, calling expired listings, listing presentation, for me, it's always a process. There is not a point where it's like a leap, you know what I mean? There's never like, I am here on Monday, and by Friday, I'm a rock star. It doesn't work that way. It's a process where I incrementally get better, where I'm developing the skills with the mindset, building it. Whether it comes to communication, presentation, pricing, all of it, it's a skill, but it takes me time. And what I have to do is accept the fact that at the beginning, I'm willing to suck. Like, I don't play golf, never played golf. I held the club a couple times just for the fun of it, but I don't really play golf, never been on a golf course. I would enjoy it. I think it'd be fun to hang out with friends and have a few beers and play, but I cannot see myself right now investing enough time to hire somebody and really learn. But I knew from the beginning, I know now, if I were to pick up golf, I have to be willing to suck at it, because I know no matter how positive, optimistic, visualizing, upbeat I would be at the beginning, it's going to be horrible. And I would maybe hurt somebody with that little thing, would fly, hit somebody, get sued. I have to accept that at first, in all these things, I suck. And that's not easy for a guy with a pretty big ego like I have, you know what I mean? It's not easy for me to admit, hey, you're going to try this new thing, get ready, you're going to suck. But that's the reality. So if you start doing it and you've never done for sole by owners, never took my course, never done anything, or you tried it a couple times and you blew at it, be ready, you're going to suck, and it's a process. And then you approach it from two angles. You do two things simultaneously. You practice and role play, and you do it a lot. You keep going. That's how I mastered expired listings. I practiced daily, 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 daily. I would get a cup of coffee like this one with my buddy Tony. We were in the RE/MAX office in Whittier, California. And every morning we would just close the door on our office, put the do not disturb sign, and for 20, 30 minutes we would just role play back and forth. And that made a huge difference. And in about 30 days, I was a very different communicator. Suddenly the expireds responded differently. But here's the funny part. The expireds didn't change. The people didn't change. We were still in Whittier, California. So why were they responding differently? Why was I all of a sudden getting better responses, more open conversations, more appointments, and more listings? What changed? My mindset and my skill with practice. So it's just like with everything else. You just got to whack that ball, and then it's going to go all over the place first, and then a little better, a little better, a little better. But it's always a process, and I have to stay patient in that process, trusting myself and trusting the process that it's going to work at the end. And there'll be some corrections. There'll be some adjustments. You got to do the same thing. But if you stay with it, it's not going to be Monday through Friday, but it may be August to September. 30 days. Shouldn't take more than that. That's why the bootcamp is 30 days. Some of you are coming, which is really thrilling. I'm excited. It's going to be a great class. Stella has a really good question. The hardest thing to block the time for actions and do not bother to stop emergencies, just to focus on your system. Stella, that's a good point. And Giselle, I will give you the answer in just a moment, but let me address Stella's first. It can be hard. Here is what I would recommend. You put on your schedule lead generation and follow-up, and you put on your schedule fire time. So this is lead generation. This is your lead generation. This is to put out fires. And you decide based on your business how much time do you need to allocate. So let's say you're going to spend 2 hours of lead generation and follow-up, and you devote 1 hour to putting out fires, handling emergencies, talking to clients. You simply block out time for it. And then it's a matter of execution and diligence, Stella, to stay with it and following your schedule. Now here's the best part. You know, on some days, you have a lot of fires. You have to deal with so much stuff. It's like crazy. But you have a time allocated for it. So you know, okay, from 2 to 4 p.m., I'm dealing with the crazy lender, or I'm dealing with the insane inspector, or the unbelievable appraisal I just got, or whatever else, client freaking out. But not every day will you have these emergencies. Not every day it's going to be a giant explosion that you need to put out. Now you have 1 or 2 or whichever number of hours you're going to allocate to do something productive. Educate yourself, learn, practice, role play, do other stuff, or even do more lead generation and follow-up. So if the emergency does happen, you need to step in, you have time blocked for it. You're not an EMR, emergency medical personnel, that needs to drop everything the moment the client calls. It doesn't work that way. You have certain status, you have certain organization, and your clients should expect that. So not the moment called in, 2 to 4. Or whatever time you allocate for it. But I would do the lead generation and follow-up first. That's non-negotiable. Then I handle this. And I handle both throughout the day. And yes, it does require a little bit of a discipline, but you got that. It's necessary. Make sense? So that's how you do it. That's how you stay on track, and that's how you stay organized. Is that helpful? All right. Giselle has a question regarding how to dominate your strategies for connecting with your neighbors. Just call them. Giselle, calling definitely would be one of the things I would suggest, but there are more things you can do. First, 4 things they need to know about you. So the goal is for them to know 4 things. They will deploy the channels that will accomplish that, how to get to be connected with your neighborhood. They need to know who you are. That means they're familiar with your face, they're familiar with your lovely smile, with your name, with your voice, all of that. They know who you are. Number 2, they need to know what you do. I help home sellers in Lake Barcroft sell for top dollar within 30 days, for example. Number 3, they need to know how to get in touch with you. So let's say one of your neighbors comes home early afternoon and finds his beloved wife in the arms of a Spanish pool boy lover. I don't know where that story came from. Immediate divorce. I'm getting divorced and we're going to split the house in half and we're getting sold. So they need to know, let's call Giselle. She's the neighbor who helps home sellers here. We need to have a consultation, what we're going to do before they kill each other. Okay, so you get my point? They need to know how to get in touch with you. And number 4, and this is the foundation on which all these 3 stand, is they need to know you can be trusted, that they're in good hands with you. So now that we have our goal, Giselle, here is how we're going to get there. 1, calling them is fantastic. And if that's all you can do at the moment, that's what you're going to do. Quick phone call, have a little chat. The real secret to all this is not to be salesy, not to shove real estate down their throat, is to have conversations. Human beings, we're wired for conversations. We're social beings. That's why this lockdown has been so difficult and so stressful on us, because it's against our wiring. It's against our neurobiology. We are social beings. We need the community. We need our tribe. So connect with them the best you can. Direct mail, definitely helpful. Social media, absolutely fantastic. Really good. Sending videos, sending emails, sending newsletters. Or just like, I know an agent, she has a little wagon, one of those red flyer wagons. She puts her puppy and her daughter in it, and she just walks through the neighborhood, passing out information, what's going on in the neighborhood. She has a little flyer, nothing fancy, just a little overview, homes that have been listed, homes that have been pending and sold, hers and others. Now, she's very transparent about it, but she gives a little update. She talks to people. Now she became the wagon lady. She's very well known and branded that. Now she's using it in her marketing. It kind of started as just a silly, simple idea that turned into this beautiful branding marketing campaign. So you can do something like that. Next, ask yourself, where do your neighbors congregate? I know right now it's kind of limited, but like in my area, we live on a lake. We're just outside of Washington, D.C. here in Virginia. And we have a lovely lake called Lake Barcroft here. And we have several little beaches. And one beach is kind of an adjacent area next to it. It's a little like a gazebo, a grassy area, and every Sunday morning, pet owners gather there. People bring their doggies, the dogs play, and it's a lot of fun. That might be a good place to meet people, because it really is about get to know people. It is really about inquiring about them, being curious about them, get to know them, know their names, know their pets, know their children, know their occupation, know about them. The more you know about them, the more interested you are about them, the more they reciprocate. Yeah? Is that helpful, Giselle? Can you do this? That's the secret. That's how I would do it. And it's a process that's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but with some patience and some time, you should own your neighborhood. Then, of course, through real estate, every single listing you have, promote it heavily, just listed, just sold, send updates. If you can't do an open house, let the neighbors know you're the agent to go to. If you sell the listing, if you sell other property, go after it. Any for sale by owner in your neighborhood should be a no-brainer. You should absolutely work them until they list with you. Any expired listing in your neighborhood, you should absolutely work. I would also send letters like, hey, we have several buyers interested in buying a house in this neighborhood, or I have a specific buyer who would like to buy here. If you're thinking about selling, rather than just listing the property and hoping for the perfect buyer, maybe we can put a deal together quickly that will avoid a lot of hassle, especially these days, no strangers wandering through your house. So if you're thinking about selling this year, just reach out and let me know for a no obligation quick conversation. Send a letter like that. Gets a good response. Yeah? All right. Giselle says, yes, that's helpful. Good. Glad it is helpful. All right, my friends. Good time. I like these. I like chatting with you. I could stay here for much longer. But, coffee's almost gone. Looks like I answered all your questions. What I want you to walk away with, if nothing else, look at all this that we talked about. Look at this board. Can you improve your mindset? Reading a couple good books, listening to a good podcast. I'm reading a book right now called The Big Leap. Really good book. Highly recommend. The Big Leap. Really, really good book on mindset. Can you work on your systems? Can you quickly analyze, well, let's see, I need to tweak this and I really need to start going after FSBOs there are in my area. And if Borino says they're worth it, I'm going to go after them. Work on your skills, take action. That means just planning it and following it. Totally doable, right? I want you to walk away with the sense of, this is not the easiest business. But boy, can it be profitable, and it can be enjoyable, and it can be good, because most of your competition friends, and I've been at this for 20 years, they're not that competent. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. They're all over the place. They're improvising. There are no systems there. There are no skills there. I know. The chances for you to score good listings are big. The door is wide open. You just need to go through it. Okay? All right. Very good. Anahita, she says, thanks, Borino. Great information. Glad it was helpful, Anahita. Thank you for being here today, my friends. My name is Borino. I love teaching you good stuff. I appreciate you being here. We'll do more of these. For those of you joining us for the communication bootcamp starting tomorrow, confident communication, I'm really excited. It's going to be great. First session starting tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Be there on time. We're going to have a good time talking about seller psychology, what makes people tick, how you can influence human behavior without being pushy, needy, desperate, or being manipulative. So I'm excited for the rest of you. Please have a good, productive day. Appreciate you very much. Mari would like to know, Borino, hold on. What is the name of the book? It's called The Big Leap. Mari says, love your delivery. Thank you. Luis, thank you for the live video. Borino, all right. It's called The Big Leap. Do check it out. Unfortunately, forgive me, don't remember the author, but it's really, really good book. Highly recommend. Very, very enjoyable. With that, have a fantastic rest of the day. Coach Borino signing off. Let's go get him. Ciao. Bye, everybody.